Hi, this is Mr. West, and today we're doing a Khan Academy tutorial on evaluating expressions with multiple variables. So we have this bit here, and if you're seeing algebra for the first time, you might be a little intimidated, but we have 7 minus 5p plus 3q, and then it gives us some conditions about what those variables equal. So let's break down and show that it's really not that bad. So a couple things here. One, variables are unknown quantities, so if we're looking at p and q, they're unknown amounts. Okay, so by itself, there's nothing we can do with 7 minus 5p plus 3q. Nothing. Like, it's just like an unknown amount. We know that there's 7, and we're subtracting, and those are two unknown amounts. The second thing we need to understand is these green bits that I'm about to highlight, the 5 and the 3, those are called coefficients. And co means with, so we're talking about like with the variable. What a coefficient is multiplication. Now we're going to use the dot for multiplication because it gets too confusing with the x now. If we were to use x there, it looks like 5xp, but that's really not what it is. It's 5 times p. So we're going to use the dot for multiplication. But really what we're doing here is it's 5 times some unknown amount, and then 3 times some unknown amount. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to put this in a way that you might recognize a little bit easier. So we're going to do 5 times some number plus 3 times some number. Now, these two numbers, the reason why we use variables is because they need to be different. Okay, it's not the same amount. That's why blanks aren't sufficient. We need variables to show that they're different amounts. Okay, so right there, this is kind of like our setup. So step 1, okay, we want to insert. This is the part I haven't talked about yet. We want to insert these clues into the values that they're supposed to be inserted for. So this p equals 1. That's going to go next to the 5, right? So step 1, we're going to substitute. And that just means we're going to plug in these numbers. So this p we plugged in for p, and this q, which is 7, we're going to plug in for q. And that's it. After that, we're going to simplify. Okay? And when we do that, we're going to do the operations. So do the operations here. Okay, so we have 7 minus, and we're going to do order of operations, so that means multiplication first. So 5 times 1, well, that's 5. And then 3 times 7, which is 21. Okay, so if you want, you can do like one step at a time. So we'll just keep this as 3 times 7. Okay, we did the first multiplication, 5 times 1. We're going to write 7 minus 5 plus 21. See how it's getting more and more simple? I call this the funnel method, and we're just simplifying this thing little by little as we go. Next, we're just going to continue doing operations. So now that we're done with multiplication, we're going to do subtraction and addition, left to right. Don't do the addition first. That's a mistake. Okay, you need to go left to right here because subtraction and addition have the same weight. So we're going to do 7 minus 5 is 2, and we're going to add 21 to that. Okay, by the way, I'm just kind of squiggly the different parts that I did here, like this. Okay. And then our final step is 21 plus 2, which is 23. And we're done. Okay, so 23 is our answer. We know the value of it after we were given the clues. By itself, we can't do anything with it, but if it gives us some values, then we can simplify it. Okay, this one looks complicated also, but again, we're just going to follow our process here. And I'm going to just lay it out. So we have 10 times something, okay, that's that m, plus now we have something squared. I'm going to put parentheses here. Hopefully you guys get what I'm doing. So this yellow corresponds to that blank, and this green corresponds to that n, okay? So I'm going to insert this 5 here, and then this 4 there, okay? 5 is m, and n is 4. So it doesn't kind of really matter that much where we start. Technically, you should start with like parentheses and exponents. So I'm going to go ahead and start there. So if I have 4 to the second power, that just simply means 4 times 4, and that's equal to 16. So I have 16 over 4 plus 10 times 5. Okay, what's next? Well, we have multiplication here, and we have division there. I'm just going to go left to right. So I have 10 times 5 is 50. Let me kind of show what I did first. So this kind of first, I got down there. Now I'm doing this second, get down there. Okay, so I have 50 plus 16 over 4. So 10 times 5 is just 50. I have addition and division next, so I'm going to do the division. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And I have plus 50, and then we have 54 when we add those two things together. And that's it. See how it's got this like little funnel thing as we go from more complex to simple, less complex. So 54 is our answer. We're going to put that in, 54, and we're going to move on. So we're just plugging in stuff here. This one looks like it's going to be a little bit easier. Okay, this time we're given 2 r's. And anytime you have 2 r's, you're just going to plug in the 6 anywhere you see that r. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it first. Okay, plug in, that's step 1, and then step 2, you simplify. So 8 times 6 minus 6 times, and then I should change the color here, but let me just make it 5, and I'll make the colors here. So we got green for R. So you see that I put a couple different R's there, and then I got yellow for 5. Okay, and the letters next to each other, so RS means R times S. Okay, so we can have that little dot there, 8 times R minus R times S. That's what that means. So I'm just going to go ahead and go left to right here because we have multiplication and subtraction. So I'm going to start with this multiplication, that's 48. Okay, and then minus 6 times 5. Then move on to 6 times 5 because now we have subtraction, that's 30. And I have 48 minus 30, so that is 18. That's our final answer. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in, 18. Check it. Good to go. Next question. Ooh, look at this one, making it a nice hard one for the end. All right, so I'm going to try to just do this one a little bit more quickly. So we have A, that's going to go, or 2 goes there, so 8 times 2 plus, and then B is 5, so that goes there, 3 times 5. Minus 10, nothing to plug in, and then C is 4, so we get 4 squared. Okay, so I got it all set. I'm just going to start with my exponents, so that's 16 plus, and I'm just going to rewrite everything kind of backwards. It just kind of falls into place. So think of it kind of like Tetris, it just falls into place. Now I only have multiplication, subtraction, addition, so I'm going to do multiplication. Okay, 1 step at a time. You can start doing more steps as you get comfortable. Like you could have done that 3 times 5 right away too. So I have 16 plus 15. That's the next one I'm doing. I'm just underlining each step that I'm doing. Minus 10 plus 16. Now I only have addition and subtraction, so I'm going to go left to right here. So I get 31 minus 10 plus 16, 21 plus 16, 37. And I'm done. Okay, just wanted to kind of double check that. Everything looks pretty good. Okay, and then I'm done. So we'll put 37 in, and we finished. So really not that bad. Really it's just testing. Can you replace those values, those variables with new values? And can you do order of operations? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on it, make sure to leave a comment below. And I look forward to seeing you next time right here on West Explains Best.